Good morning, everybody. Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness here, and we're talking today about resisting rotation or fighting the rotation in order to strengthen your core. So what exactly does that mean? Well, a lot of times where we do core exercises and automatically everybody's minds jump to abdominal exercises. So we'll take that as an example. We tend to say rotate. If you were doing an oblique crunch where you were twisting across and making the body pull rib tips, we do that on purpose. We're trying to rotate further and we're trying to really squeeze that muscle. But a lot of movements that we do actually cause a slight to moderate rotation. And when the body fights against that rotation, it actually helps our core muscles, not just our abdominal muscles, to be stronger. So once again, let's remember that the core is everything basically in your torso without your arms or your legs or your head. And so everything from the shoulders to the hips, you're working front, back, and sides. So there's a lot of muscles activated there. And there's a lot more to the core than just your abs. Now your abs are an integral part of that, but as we're thinking about like that oblique crunch, we're actually intentionally contracting the abs. Whereas during an anti-rotation movement, the abs may be contracted. It's more the transverse abdominis that's actually contracting, which is more like a sling that holds the abdominal muscles. But also you're getting a lot of core muscles through the back, through the upper body, through the chest, the shoulders, all those kinds of good things. So depending on what kind of exercise you're doing, of course. So today I've got 3 great exercises to show you where we would fight rotation and really start to activate that core. Now obviously before you get started, you would definitely want to be warmed up, to really have gone through some dynamic warm-up and some mobility exercises just to make sure that everything's good and warm. You definitely wouldn't want to do things cold, but that's, with any workout. And so by fighting that rotation, you're going to strengthen the core. You're also going to learn to stabilize the body better, which means that you're going to be able to perform other exercises better as you get stronger through the stabilization ability. So the first one that we got for you today is the farmer carry. And a lot of people have heard of this now that CrossFit's been using it more in other realms, the kettlebell gyms and things like that. Lots of people get into that farmer carry. And we do that with a fairly moderate to heavy weight, depending on your skill level, obviously. But the point of the farmer carry is that as we reach down to pick this up, we're not reaching with a twist here. We've got a strong stomach, we've got legs bent, we're going to use those legs to pick up whatever weight we've got. But you'll notice that if I were an inexperienced person who had too heavy of a weight, that weight's going to start to slide down, right? And we've got this expansion here. So what we want is we want to actually set this up to where we're squeezing in this rib cage here. We've also got this shoulder set, so it's not dropped down, but rather level with our other shoulder, and our knees are soft. So as we're pulling, if you just hold that position right there, you're going to feel this side working, you're going to feel the body working straight through the core, and then you would take that weight away from the body slightly and maintain that position. So if you take it away and the body starts to lean, we've probably got too much weight. But if we can take it away and maintain that position, then we would walk forward with that position, not allowing any shift through the rib cage or the shoulder. So as we walk with that, again, we're fighting rotation. So and we're fighting another pull as well. So obviously a straight slide pull, we're trying to pull up, but as you start to walk with that, normal walking, you would swing the arms, right? So even if you're not swinging the arms, the body still wants to have some sort of rotation. And so as you're walking with that weight, you're minimizing that rotation or fighting against it. And as you do that, again, strengthening through the core. All right, so then the next exercise would be a one leg or unilateral, one arm lunge. And there's 2 different ways that you could do this. One way is actually going to make it easier, and one way is going to make it a little more challenging. So the easiest way is not necessarily going to fight the rotation the way that we've been talking about here. So we would take it into our lunge stance. Whichever leg was in front, the opposite hand would have the weight. So why would that make it easier? Well, because you've got 2 weights in front now, and you've got one behind you, so you just counterbalanced the offset of your leg. So if you go down into your lunge, right back up, the only shift that you're causing there is the shoulder, so we'd have to maintain that shoulder level. Again, still a fight, still a pull, but not quite the same as if you take it now into your other hand. So you've got same leg, same hand with the weight. Now you've got that shoulder where you're trying to pull this one down, lift the shoulder up with the weight in it, and as you come down and up, really try not to lean into that side with the weight. So we want to make sure that the body has all of the balance that it needs, but not making it too easy for ourselves. So obviously, if you're inexperienced with that, you would want to take it into the easier version first and modify so that we didn't end up causing any harm to the body. But if you're more experienced, then you could take it to the other side, really focusing on that, maintaining the core control and the stability through the body as you're sinking down and up in that lunge. Could you step forward and back with it? Absolutely. Could you elevate the back leg? Sure. You can do a million different things with this, just trying to give you kind of some ideas here. But what you'll notice is after about 10 to 15 reps of each of those, you're going to start to feel that core warming up nicely. Everything's going to start to warm up front to back, and you're going to feel some good things going on. So we want to make sure that the body has just enough of a resistance against it that you're getting benefit, but not so much that it's causing you to become injured or fall off track with what you're doing. All right, so we went from a double leg stance where we were doing that farmer carry into that single leg stance of the lunge. So I want to take that single leg just a little bit further now, and we take a weight, again, your choice on how heavy. We would take it into the opposite hand first as the leg on the floor. So we would actually extend and lift the leg. So my right leg's lifted, right hand has the weight, keep same side here. So this way, then we've got opposite leg here, and again, modifying first, we would find our balance. So if you need a little extra help, you could put that heel down, but otherwise the heel comes up. Let's say that we took this into a shoulder press. So we take it here on the shoulder, we'd be pressing up. Where's the rotation coming from? Well, as you get the weight here, you start to want to twist into this leg that you're standing on, so the hip starts to kick, starts to rotate. So we've got to maintain this, we've got to lift up tall, maintain the core, and then as we start to press overhead, the body wants to turn towards that weight to make it a little bit easier. So you could do the same thing with the palm forward. The body's going to want to turn. So again, you're trying to fight against that turn as you're pressing overhead, trying to maintain the core stability, the leg stability, the hip stability. You've got a lot of muscles firing in there. So we just want to make sure that, again, you're doing this to your level. So how do we make it more challenging? Well, we take that same weight, and we keep that same leg out in front, and now we take it to the other side, so it's on this leg, and we're pressing up, and again, changing, because now it's going to throw that balance a little bit more, okay? So as we throw the balance, you're going to feel the weight shift through that foot a little bit more, which is actually a natural thing. There's nobody who can stand with a flat foot not moving at all, because the muscles in the foot are constantly contracting. So even if it's a minimal amount that you might not be able to see, those muscles in there are still contracting and moving at all times to keep the body balanced. So as you're lifting through that shoulder press, you're going to feel a change in where that balance is at. That's going to cause that rotation, anti-rotation effect to come in, and the body's going to have to work against it. So hope that gives you something new and great to work on this week. So feel free to throw it into your workout. Let me know how it's going. Remember that we do have our Lucky Hearts challenge coming up, where you could lose your love handles for you and your spouse. We've got a couples challenge. It's 4 weeks long, gives you 3 SGT sessions, small group sessions each week, along with a detox nutrition plan. You get the full manual in a PDF form. You get recipes with it. You get 3D body scans to double check all your progress and all those good things. We've had people in these types of challenges before who've done this detox program, who've done these workouts before, who lose anywhere from 10 to 15 inches within a 4-week period. So we'd love to be able to help you out with that if that's something that you're interested in. We're going to start it on February 26th, so feel free to leave us a comment about getting that registration form. We'd be happy to get that over to you, or give us a call, 806-322-3188. Hope you have a great day.